Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, people, we got some Deontay Wilder news, right? Deontay Wilder's in the news right now. We know, he's heavyweight champion of the world. When he speaks, we care, right? Most of us believe that he was cheated in his last fight against Tyson Fury, and a lot of people that think that maybe he wasn't cheated at all and he's just losing his mind. Muy loco, you know what I mean? That's what the promoter for Anthony Joshua said. He just seen an interview with Deontay Wilder at 78 Sports TV, who we'll get to in a minute too. Says that he just lost his mind, right? He lost his mind. He said, I was listening to the interview, I could barely listen to it. He lost his mind. He said he didn't really like the way that he was, talking about your boy Mark Breland, right? Which is hard to listen to when they're so close. And I'm going to be fair to Eddie Hearn. He said he also didn't like the way Mark Breland was talking either, right? Because, but it's a breakup right now. It's a fresh breakup. And, Mark Breland hadn't said nothing in a while. So, he's probably, thinking about his character out here and he's coming strong. Then Deontay Wilder is going to say his things about what he's thought on that night. Right? But one thing that really caught me with what Eddie Hearn says, and I'll put it in the description box, what get me is like, hey, Deontay Wilder won't talk to traditional media, and then he comes and speaks to random, right? It just says random, and then, he went from there. And random irked me, right? You're going to act like 78 Sports TV is random. That's all Deontay Wilder talking to, basically, right? Because he respects him, right? He respects him. And whether you're going to agree with my man or not, right? Bottom line is it's coming from a good place, right? Regardless. And I don't like when the media or people like Eddie Hearn act like they only come in there and listen to that when Deontay Wilder's talking, right? You would want to understand, well, why is he only talking to my man here, right? Okay. Bottom line is, the reason why he would talk to somebody random, right? Right, random, is because traditional is not handling this business, right? We've been talking about it the whole time. Deontay Wilder, I've said here, he don't talk to me, right? I don't call him or follow him on Instagram. Why do I get everything right about Deontay Wilder? Because it's pretty simple. I've said months ago, Deontay Wilder probably ain't never talking to traditional media again, right? Why would he? Why? You wouldn't if these things would happen to you, right? You wouldn't. Right? Let me show you some stuff that the mainstream or traditional media won't cover, about the fight, about just Tyson Fury and the fight. Just Tyson Fury alone. We're talking about dealings with an alleged mob boss, right? Dealings with alleged mob boss. That story by itself is a huge thing. It's not covered with the new heavyweight champion of the world. Dealings with him. You've seen him. He's thanked the guy after the fight between Anthony Joshua and himself, Tyson Fury, was over the line, taken over the line, basically confirmed. He thanked this guy, right? The alleged mob dealing guy. And and then they had a big documentary in Britain. And the people who did the documentary, they've been threatened already, right? They never, they won't cover that. That's a huge bombshell story that won't even be touched. Right? That would irk you, right? You didn't cover when you saw the fight, and you seen it on some of these random YouTube places or YouTube channels or whatever, the random ones that's not traditional. You've heard about these gloves. You've seen things about these gloves in both of the fights, but you won't cover it at all. You don't want to get the scoop. I've been talking about that for months. That would irk a guy like him. Right? You would say, okay, well, then we could talk about the gloves, and then you're talking about Tyson Fury and gloves, right? You're not talking about somebody who never had that done before, who's never done that before. You're talking about Tyson Fury and gloves. And Tyson Fury has had gloves. Somebody would say, hey, let's invite the sparring partners on mainstream or traditional media and talk to them of why they are saying this. Because you don't have to talk to them, because you've seen the pictures and you've seen those interviews already. So you want to keep them as far away from traditional media as you need to have. So you didn't do that. You didn't invite nobody. You didn't. If you're in England somewhere, then hey, invite John McDermott to find out what his story was about Tyson Fury and the gloves. Invite the referee from the Christian Hammer fight to see what he's talking about, what he found when he found the gloves, right? And if you don't live on your side of the pond, invite Christian Hammer himself to find out what he was thinking about the gloves, right? He didn't cover Martin Carefoot, right? Tyson Fury's doped twice, and Martin Carefoot is the farmer who said he didn't give him wild boar, meaning that he didn't give him, he didn't give him wild boar because Tyson Fury was caught with nandrolone in his system, and he said it was because of wild boar that he got received from this guy. So, and the guy said no, he didn't. 70-year-old guy who's basically been muzzled, who said people were coming to his house harassing him. Why isn't he being interviewed? Why isn't that story huge, right? Those are the kind of things you watch, and then you know what people are, right? Then you see, hey, Deontay Wilder talks about his heavy suit, right? And, in the context that he talked about it, it's not important. But the fact that he mentioned it could be his heavy suit is why his legs were tired. That was a huge story. I seen that on First Take. I seen people talking about it like, what are you talking about? Going in on it. The whole thing, that a big suit, a heavy suit, as opposed to crime, as opposed to cheating to the point where this is illegal and you could have got somebody hurt. For the heavyweight championship of the world, you weigh those two. I don't care who you are. You weigh those two. If both of those things, or all of those things are on traditional media, then you got a point. But if not, Deontay Wilder ain't got no damn reason to ever talk to them again. Ever. And they know it. Right? So you ain't going to be calling 78 Sports TV random. The brother ain't random. He been here forever. Right? Talks about boxing and other stuff from what I hear. But damn it, he handled his business. That's why Deontay Wilder's getting with him. And he probably get with some other ones too, but I'm just saying, mainstream or whatever, you failed him. And you know what? It's not being behind somebody unconditionally. I'm a Deontay Wilder fanboy. But if he acted up, grown-ass man first. You see what I'm saying? So then you would check him. But he just ain't acting up. Right? And if you cover everything, you cover everything. If you don't, you don't. So he's saying he lost his damn mind. That's what Eddie Hearn is saying about Deontay Wilder. And, the traditional media, you know how I feel about it anyway, how they treat boxing as BTBG, it's beat the black guy. And there's so many cases, I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez right now, right? Doesn't have to fight Devin Haney, right? Ryan Garcia right now, Devin Haney's mandatory, doesn't have to fight him. Teofimo Lopez, excuse me, could fight Devin Haney for undisputed, doesn't have to fight him. Is there any outcry that should he fight him? Hey, that was the deal? No. Any outcry Ryan Garcia is mandatory, he have to fight him? Nope. Right? Canelo Alvarez about to fight Adma Yildirim, right? 15-1 odds. Asked the sanctioning body to do it. They raised the dope level for Canelo. They gave him his own weight division, 155 pounds. And just, I can go on, right? Anytime a guy's doped twice, that's something's supposed to happen. He done, but they call him number one pound for pound, right? Lomachenko, same thing, gets a franchise title just like Canelo because they don't want to fight Devin Haney or Charlo, right? Gennady Golovkin can call the IBF and ask for Semireta to be elevated to mandatory status, right? And it's really bad about these guys. Manny Pacquiao, other things, Manny Pacquiao fighting your boy Keith Thurman without VADA testing. Nobody really cares about that. Didn't want to fight Floyd Mayweather with VADA testing in 2009. Nobody would never care about that, right? Sergey Kovalev get in trouble every day. He probably can get another fight in a minute here, right? And the funny thing about all these boxers that I mentioned is, except for Kovalev, you like them. I know I did. And it pisses me off that I have to not like them, right? Because they're the problem. And what happens, they get to talk and realize, damn it, I don't have to do I don't have to do nothing hard. I can play this game and they're going to do it for me, right? They're going to, I'm not held to the same standards as others. And I'm just being nice by saying others. But I'm not calling it BTG since day one for nothing. That's from years of watching. Right? And my point is, these guys are good, but damn it, if they don't have to do, it can't be people in your division that you just can get around from fighting. For years, especially when I'm talking about a Canelo and Gennady Golovkin, for years. This is new for Lopez. This is new for Ryan Garcia. They started now, and they just got to talk. They thought a year and a half ago that they were going to have to fight Devin Haney. They thought, right? But now they don't have to, and they can still be heralded as better than him. You'll see a list of who people think are the best, and their names are in front of the guy they don't want to fight. That is what traditional is. Nobody got time for that. Others will follow Deontay Wilder's lead here in not talking to traditional media. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see that, right? You're going to see that. And as far as Deontay Wilder goes, you know, you have the hate, the obvious racist people right now. You look at America, man, whatever. It's racist. That's why they don't like them. But there's others, right? You know, don't worry about envy. Is one of the worst emotions you can have. Envy, I probably tops racism, but it's up there, right? Envy is envy. Now, no matter what walk of life or what you do, and you work hard to do it, and you reach your goals, or you're trying to reach your goals, you work hard to do it, and you see somebody that doesn't have to work that hard, they're natural at doing that, right? You know something? You gonna have to ask. You're gonna be a little envious. Damn, I gotta work hard to do this. This one ain't, you know, he ain't gotta work. This comes naturally to him, right? I know boxers are pissed off that the man ain't got to run to stay fit. He ain't never getting tired. He's not running. He's not hitting the heavy bag. He ain't jumping rope and whatever. But he's still knocking everybody out naturally. It just started boxing. That's gonna piss you off. You know what I'm saying? You know, in anything you do, you have dudes that lose their hair at 22 gonna be mad as hell at a dude like David Hay or something, running around here 40 years old with cornrows, right? A dude that had to come home like Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley always say, telling him messing with LeBron James, come on home, you know, because you know losing hair, whatever. Tell him to come on home. Y'all had to come home early. Let the man have his last few days of little hair. Right? Because a bald headed dude at 22, 23 years old, you know, I coach him. You know, say they lose their hair, they get to ask somebody got some hair. David, hey, cut that damn hair off and blah, blah, blah. He's rolling. You know, it's out of style, but at least I can have some hair to be out of style with. Right? That'll probably piss somebody off. It just things that like that. This is a stupid-ass example, to be honest, but I'm just saying things like that can irk somebody. He ain't got to work as hard as the other one. Deontay Wilder probably hadn't. That's why he probably had a lot of envy in the world of boxing, because people understand that, man, he ain't doing exactly what we got to do. And he's still coming in there getting the damn results. Pisses you off. Envy is a terrible thing, guys. So, bottom line here is, some people are saying, well, like Eddie Hearn, Deontay Wilder's lost his mind, right? But you're dealing with the Tyson Fury. You're just talking about Billy Joe Saunders. You don't want him to go on social media at all. Right? Why is that? Is his mind not lost? Right? Tyson Fury, you know, all the stuff he's done over the years. Is his mind not lost? We're going to call the guy who lost his mind, who never had any, you know, anything happening before this. Right? Basically a clean slate before this, and felt weird on the night and looking for answers. He's lost his mind. Everybody around him who has done these things before, right? They haven't. Yeah, believe what you want to believe. Let me make sure this is clear. Things like justice, it matters, and justice always takes some time. Things will happen here. I think people need to just back off and just either don't say nothing if you're going to say something that's stupid like Deontay Wilder's lost his mind. And yes, and I said stupid. I think that's really stupid to just think, oh, the man just, you know, because you don't really think that. You just know you're saying what you think your type of fans want to hear, right? This is why Trump is where he is. He's president, he's rolling, but now he's going to have to deal with some consequences. And that's what's going to probably happen to most of these people. And the consequence from traditional media is, okay, now I ain't talking to you. Some other people might, but I ain't talking to you. And that's exactly what they deserve. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.